Just shank that, Bob. Well, hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Out on the golf course today because I've got something that's a little bit, well, it's brand new to the market. Oof, Bobby Bob. Now I've got to say, game-changing situations in golf, there's not many of them nowadays, are there? Because everybody's pretty much thought of everything. However, AI has been a big thing within the game of golf, certainly when it comes to technology of golf equipment, faces of clubs, things like that. However, Hole 19 come up with a new strategy. For those of you that maybe struggle with deciding what you need to practice when you go to the driving range or the practice ground, well, their new AI Auto has got something pretty special for you. Yeah, it does. Okay, I'm out on the golf course and we're playing, hopefully try and get 18 holes in. I'm not sure whether the weather's going to hold up, but it's been a bit wet this afternoon. We're going to get out, play the golf course, see how I get on. But whilst I'm carrying on around the golf course, I'm going to send you back to the office where we're going to catch up a little bit more about what Hole 19 are up to. Welcome back to the office, just a fraction warmer in here. Diving in to Hole 19 and looking at the update of this Auto that we've just talked about, which is Auto AI, and it says basically your personal golf coach. Now, what's fantastic about this Auto is that it gives us a report once we finish the round. So if I take a dive into one of my rounds of golf, if I go into my performance and I dive into a round that we played, let's say back in the summer last year, obviously I've got all my rounds put into this system, but if I dive into Minehead and West Somerset golf course, which I shot 1 over par, and I'll put up some of the footage that we've got from that particular round. But what I can do, you see, is I can look at my actual round, obviously from the detail side of things, putting in all the information as I went around the golf course. And then once I've finished my round, I can get Auto to create me a report. And you can see here, view report. Now this is now going to give me all the information that I need when it comes to how I performed on that particular day. At the beginning, it gives me an area that I can focus on and improve on, but then it can dive in a little bit deeper, looking at things like driving accuracy, my greens in regulation, my overall scoring, my putting, and it can also give me my kind of recovery side of things. Now, if we look at the top part of this, and it talks about my opportunity, it says here, your biggest opportunity is improving your scrambling and your short game consistency. Getting that 25% scrambling rate up to your usual 50% would have saved me at least 1 shot on that day. Now, interestingly, my short game, I always think is quite tidy around the greens. My pitching, different story. But it is interesting, isn't it, that it's giving me an area that I focus on or need to focus on that's going to give me something to go and work on after that particular round of golf, which is why I think this is so good, because you can sort of see the wood between the trees when it comes to the things that you need to focus on with your game. So high on the face, that. So high on the face. Travel and stay up. There's your scramble problem right there. Absolutely shocking. Well, there you go. So little 3-putt. It's class, in my mind it's a 3-putt, but ultimately on the statistics it goes down as a short game, non-up and down, should we call it. And that's what's probably affecting my little bit of statistics there, moving to 25% up and downs. It's just a little bit of confusion. I'm just standing over putts or chips around the greens and not committing to them, probably. You know, should I have used the wedge there and chipped it down there? Probably, based on the lie and things like that. But I just figured, you know, a bad putt is better than a bad chip, which is not really the most positive way of looking at things, is it? Now, if I think back to that round at Minehead, there's 2 things that really jump out to me. Number one, I was playing with a scorecard in my hand. I got the camera in front of me, so I'm playing in front of an audience. Okay, that adds its level of pressure, and I feel the emotions as I go around. It might not seem that way when you watch it, but there's certainly something going on inside. The other thing is that I've only played that golf course once before that. It was in the winter time. Golf course was a little bit greener. Golf ball was stopping really quickly, whereas the time when we played it, it was running firm and fast, which again has its, we're just 2 different golf courses in my mind. The other thing is I don't really know where I'm going. So being positive or aggressive off the tee with no real understanding of exactly where I'm going is a little bit difficult. One thing that AI jumps out at me, Otto's saying that I need to sharpen up maybe my distance control when I'm longer putts. So it says here that my practicing my lag putting from 30 to 50 feet, focusing on leaving myself kind of more in the tap-in areas rather than leaving myself outside the 3-foot zone, which then puts a level of pressure on us again. So that is something that I definitely need to focus on. And if we look at what's just happened, once again, my longer putting, not good enough, and it's certainly something that I need to continue working on. Hold on, grab something. Just shank that, Bob. Well, that was a cheeky little shank. Such confusion, honestly, over the ball sometimes with my chipping. Am I playing it stiff wrist? Am I getting a bit more handsy on it? What am I actually doing? My short game. Oof, little shank. Keep travelling. Okay, not bad. That's the play. Go down, go down. Oh, turning over as much as I'd like. Another thing that happened to me at Minehead was I felt like I drove the ball exceptionally well. It says that I was rock solid on that day, hitting 64% of my fairways, which was absolutely typical for a scratch golfer on that particular day for me. But what's interesting is that if I work my way down again to the things that I need to focus on, it talks about the fact that I excelled in driving and therefore I needed to be maybe a little bit more aggressive, certainly on the par fives. And if I think back to a couple of those par fives that we played that day, I hit a 5-wood off the tee on one of them, which was very negative if you think about how open that particular hole was. But again, not knowing exactly where I'm going over the top of that hill that we're teeing off from, I basically weaked out and I hit the 5-wood over the driver. If I'd have just banged driver straight over the top, there's plenty of room out there, even though I knew there was out of bounds down the right-hand side. If I'd have pinged the driver down there, I'd have get myself into a really short club coming into that par 5. So I needed to be a little bit more aggressive off the tee. And then if I think back to, let's say, I think it was the 17th hole, which was a par 5, 16 or 17, I've hit a driver off the tee, but I've pulled it left. Because I've got out of bounds down the right-hand side, I've kind of leant on it, got on top of it, steered it down there, smothered it down the left-hand side, which left me such a long shot in with a decent drive down there and commitment to the shot that I was trying to play. With a decent drive down there, I could have easily got there on in 2 and then taken the pressure off me having to get up and down from those kind of short-sided, just short of the green situations. Again, putting myself into a more pitching zone, which is not my, well, it's not my forte right now. I can't hit it any better than that, and that's the right line as well. That's gone. Steady now, steady. Oh, it came back. Little birdie. Not there either, Healy. Not the help I need. Go forward, please. So bad. So bad. Go. Stay and go. Stay up and go. Now, one thing I've got to say is, historically, I've probably been a little bit of a lazy practicer. What I mean by that is, like, not lazy as in not got out and hit balls, but more that I've just gone and worked on the things that I've maybe enjoyed working on rather than, let's say, focusing on something in particular. But then on the flip side is I've never really, I suppose, historically as a youngster, I never really kept my stats, and those stats weren't available like they are kind of now with the devices like Hole 19 and things like that. So having something like this, for those players that are maybe a little bit on the lazy side, those guys that don't necessarily take their stats and really analyse it. I think this is why I said it's a bit game changing, because I think it's game changing for so many golfers who, you know, are not overly analytical and don't, let's say, follow all their stats or track their stats, so know things to work on. Putt, Bob. So I just think for those golfers especially, and I would fall into that category, I think for those golfers and me, this is why I think it's kind of game changing, because I just think it's going to be so easy to use. See it? See it, Bob? I can't see it. A little bit left. Down there. Get down there. Right, little update for you. So back out on the course, I'm 1 over par, which isn't bad considering the greens are a little bit ropey and I'm a little bit ropey. But we've decided to make a shift because we've teed off late on a Saturday afternoon. There's still obviously lots of golfers out here. We've managed to get a little gap and you can turn on 6. So we are now just played 12. So we've gone from 6 to 12. So this will turn into 13 holes. And looking at the weather, it looks like we should, fingers crossed, we should get it done. See it? Too long? Swing hard, going down the hill, you can't stay at the top, Bob. No! It can't stay up there. It cannot stay up there. See it, Bob? What is the chances of that happening, Bobby? See it? I can't see it. Worst area of my game right now, this one. The old 40-yard pitch, not knowing what I'm doing. So bad again. Go forward, please. Go forward. Bounce forward. Bounce forward. Dink, dink, dink. Dink, dink, dink. Birdie time. Boom. Stay. Oh, you little. God. Stay there. Bigger number. Haven't hit it, Bob. Haven't hit it. Oh, and it moves off the left. Ooh. Update after 50, going on to the 16th, 3 holes to go, 2 over par, bogeyed to par 5. Feel like I've had a few good chances to make some birdies, but just not got it done. Absolutely wedge game. Like, wedge game has been pretty bad recently. No, not recently, for a few years, if I'm honest. And I think, well, there's an anxiety thing in there, so there's definitely an anxious thing for me in that, which then probably leads into bad technique, which then results in a bad shot. So it's it's something I need to seriously consider spending a lot of time on. So AI, absolutely spot on. It'll be interesting to see what the stats bring up after this round, because even though I've driven it well, I haven't hit lots of fairways, so it might, I don't know, be tricky to see, to be honest with you. I think putting wise, I think it will give me an okay result on putting, but definitely, I mean, me walking away from this round, I'm definitely feeling that short game is the area once again. Pitching in, that's the killer. Oh, don't float on the wind, go forward, go forward. Go forward, forward. Ah, Bob. Doesn't want to go forward. Par 3 today, yeah, for what we got. 3. Let's see if you can tap yours in for a 3. Come on. Come on down. Come on down. Oh. Well done. Good 4. Oh, go forward, ball. Go forward. Oh, again. What am I doing? There must be. I think it's just getting colder. Nearly, Bob, wasn't it? That's the right wedge for me, that one, 100%. hook left. Keep going forward. Oh, finally got the pace of the greens, Bob. Okay, right, that is 13 holes done. Finish up with a par. That was 2 putts, hit it left. So I finished at what I think is +2, but let's head up now to the office and see what Otto has to say of the things I need to work on. 53 strokes then I played. Dropped 2 shots going out to the 6th hole, and then I was level par coming back for the last 7 holes. I had 4 bogeys and 2 birdies, and if I'm honest, that's kind of my standard at this moment in time. I'd like to think that maybe I'd have finished level par for the other 5 holes that I didn't play out there. But let's take a closer look at what Otto has to say, my personal golf coach. So diving in, it says that my biggest opportunity to lowering my scores is to improve my driving accuracy. Now, interestingly, I changed drivers for this particular round. I went from my Titleist driver back into my Oximity driver because I wanted to just get a feel of that driver because I'm going to do some work with it these coming months. And it says that I need to get back to my 62% fairway rate, which would have given me more opportunity to make a few more birdies and then taken a little bit of pressure off the scrambling side of things, which I'm not too concerned about, because even though it says that my driving accuracy was around 40% of fairways, as you could see, I wasn't overly offline. I was playing for the draw with that driver, and then I just didn't get enough draw in it, so I was left kind of in this sort of rough on the right-hand side of the golf course, and then 1 or possibly 2 shots that I maybe just overturned a little bit. But when I got it, it went good yardage and got it down there in a good place. So all in all, even though, yes, it says I need to work on my fairway accuracy, I probably just need a little bit more time on the golf course back with that Oximity driver, because I do really enjoy standing up there, aiming right and giving it a bit of a swipe. Greens in regulation, it says that my approach game was pretty solid once again. It's interesting, isn't it? I walk off the golf course thinking that my iron play is not necessarily the best, but if you think about it, a lot of the shots that I hit, I just got my yardage maybe just a little bit wrong, and I came up maybe a fraction short. So I was actually quite happy with my iron play. If we go just missing score and then going into the putting element, it says here that my putting was exceptional today with an average of 1.62 putts. Now, I feel personally, when I've looked at that, is that I've really struggled with pace. If you look at a lot of those putts that I hit today, you'll see that I've come up a short on a lot of them. So I just didn't get the pace control absolutely spot on, even though I would say that I was solid. It's not like I was missing lots of putts. I was just hitting greens, leaving myself longish putts, or just off the edge of the green and giving myself longish putts from there. So I would say I was quite happy with it. If I'd have got the pace right, I think I would have maybe holed a couple of putts as well, being out there, and maybe finished around 1 over level par. But the recovery side of things, this is the bit, isn't it? If you think about what we've been talking today again at Minehead said that I had been really low when it come to my recovery, or my ups and downs, should we say. But my percentage today was 71.4%. Now, I don't feel like I chipped a lot today. I feel like I was just off the edge of the greens, and then I putted from the edge of the greens, which probably felt that, again, a bad putt is better than a bad chip. Wasn't the case on the second, because I didn't get that up and down from that position, which was disappointing. But all in all, it was quite happy with my short game in that particular setup. And remember, we're focusing on hole by hole, round by round when it comes to this AI sort of focus. So to kind of summarize it, and things that what I need to kind of work on after today's round of the 13 holes it plays, is obviously it talks about focusing on the driving accuracy. Better course management from that side of it will get me into better positions to be able to score a little bit better. It comes back to that lag putting again. It says working on my lag putting from longer distances, especially when I'm hitting greens in regulation. Again, that's something that I need to focus on, 30 to 50 feet. I was lagging a lot of those up just short of maybe that 3-foot zone, which was putting me into a little bit of a tricky situation. My short game has improved from the previous round. But where I really think that things are going to start to move on is when we start to look at the averages when it comes to my game. And we can see here with the 15 rounds that I've played, I can start to get an average of what I'm actually doing. It's giving me my handicap, it's giving me my scoring. But then when I go into my game breakdown, it's going to give me a bit more of an understanding of where I'm at with different areas of the game. Tee shots, approach game, short game and putting. And interestingly, my tee shots are really what are killing me at this moment in time. I'm losing 9.48 shots to the field when it comes to hitting the ball off the tee, which I actually find a little bit of a surprise, to be honest, because I actually figured that my long game off the tee was pretty accurate, considering I'm not the longest player out there. And then my approach game, well, that's pretty good, 4% up. At 63%, and then my short game, actually, considering we've been talking about it a lot in this, on the average breakdown, it's pretty tidy. And then putting, again, one of the solid parts of my game, pretty much average for a scratch golfer. So that's where I really think AI and Otto, when it comes to hole 19, are really going to move things forward and give us a better understanding of what we need to practice that's going to help improve our game. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video and have a better understanding of what hole 19 have brought out next when it comes to their app. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Down in the link of this video as well is a link to hole 19, so go and check them out for yourselves. And I'll see you again maybe on the next video.